Hi guys, this is Mrs. G. Welcome to my channel. Today I am going to show you how to repot cactus and succulents. So it's going to be a kind of a quick video for you. Let me go put my gloves on. The first cacti that I'm going to show you, this is called an Empuncia monocantha, if I'm saying it right. If I'm not, please correct me in the bottom. I think that's the way how you pronounce it. It's also known as a variegated Joseph's coat. This is a dwarf variant of the prickly pear Empuncia. So these won't grow too tall at all, but if you can see the variegation on it right there, there's a nice variegation right over there. It's just a beautiful little cacti. There, that one here has got a good variegation. So what I usually do is, this is still in a plastic nursery pot. I had it in there for a long time. So got me a terracotta plant pot. Terracotta pots are good to use for cactus and succulents because it wicks away the moisture from the roots, so that way the plant doesn't get root rot. So I put a little screen. I try to be really frugal, so I just use these screens from the grocery store when you buy a bag of oranges and whatnot. So I put the screen at the bottom of the hole right over here. That's to prevent most of the dirt to go out, and then you don't lose dirt from the pot. And now I'm going to put just some rocks. These are just little tiny landscaping pebble rocks that I used. I washed it out and I just put it into one of these containers. So now that I put that just kind of acts as extra drainage. So now I'm going to use a cactus soil mix. Now you can make your own cactus soil mix, but I prefer to just save some time for now. And I'm not sponsored by this at all, by the company or anything. This is just my personal preference that I love to use for repotting my cactus and succulents, and it's the Black Gold brand cactus and succulent potting mix. It's very well draining, and I never just seem to have any problems with this potting mix at all. So let me just show you really quick. The potting soil right over here has a lot of perlite in there. It has some fertilizer, natural organic fertilizer, and some sand. There's other ingredients in here that makes this plants thrive really well. So now that I put just a little bit of soil in there, I'm going to take this off. And sometimes it's good to use a piece of paper. So let me grab some paper. Ooh, sorry, that's the dog. That's the dog. Oh my goodness, Stitch, stop. I'm just gonna grab some paper. This cactus does have little tiny thorns in there, and I don't want to get it into my hand, so I do have gloves on, but it might pierce through the gloves. So I'm gonna go ahead and slowly press into the plastic pot and holding on to the cactus. Hopefully it'll come out whole. There we go. Nice. So as you can see, here's the roots of this. So let me see if it'll fit just right. Okay, it looks like I made the soil a little bit too high, so I'm just gonna take some of this soil out and I'll try again. So I try my best not to disturb the roots too much. Maybe a little bit at the bottom, I'll loosen it up, but trying not to damage any of the roots because I don't want to put the plant into shock. There you go. So as you can see, I have it in there right now. I'm just holding this so I don't poke myself. So that looks really nice. I'm just going to loosen up the soil around the plant. Again, just enough so it doesn't disturb the roots. Okay, and then now I'm just going to add more of the new soil around the edges of the pot. So I'm just going to give it a little tap. And I'll keep these contained like so. And I'm just going to go ahead and take the soil and put it around the plant. And now this will have a chance to grow into a bigger pot. So here's the pot difference between the two. So, you know, there's about 5 cacti in here, and they were just in this little, I would say this is maybe a 3-inch pot. So now I'm putting it into a 4-inch pot. And again, taking more soil, just surrounding it like so, tapping it down a little bit. Make sure there's no air into the soil, so I'm having it cover up the air pockets. And I'm just pressing down a little bit to keep it contained. Like this. It's okay, Junior. Calm down. Okay, so for the next propagation, but for the next repotting, I'm going to go ahead and do the succulent right here. This one is called a sedum firestone. You can tell that it has like a reddish margins around the edges of the leaves of the plant. As this plant has more exposure to the sun, the red margins will be more vibrant in color. So I'm going to go ahead and take this off the pot. I haven't repotted this. It's still stuck in its nursery pot. It's been over a year. But here's the pot. Here's the plant itself. I'm just going to go ahead and separate one of these. Sedums are pretty hardy actually, so I'm personally okay taking out part of this plant. It's right over here. Now this is just a little pot that I want to put it in. This one doesn't have any drainage holes at all. So all I'm going to do to create drainage is again add some pebbles to the inside of my pot. That'll act as drainage for the plant. And put just enough to cover the bottom and then some. And I'm just going to add a little bit of my potting mix. Coat the bottom. And then now I'm going to go ahead and put the plant in. So I'm trying not to disturb too much of the roots. So I'm just going to pop this in here. Just going to put this in here. There we go. Then I'm just going to add some soil on top of it. There we go. Just covering up. And there we go. And all I have to do is just add some stones on top. So my next plant that I'm going to repot is this crown of thorns, or Corona di Cristo. It's grown quite a bit since I bought it from last summer. When it's exposed to a lot of sunshine, the leaves turn like red also, and it also produces flowers. I'm just going to go ahead and put it in this terracotta pot. And again, there's a hole in the terracotta pot, so I'm going to go ahead and put this screen add a little stone to it to a little bit of drainage. And I'm going to put my soil again. Get this here. There we go. Cactus succulent soil. And again, same thing with this. You might want to use paper because these do have some prickly thorns. You don't want to hurt yourself. So I'm going to go ahead and get this piece of paper and handle it gently. Squeeze onto the nursery pot to release the plant. Kind of messy. Oops, 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 oops. Okay. And now here's the plant itself. Try not to damage or disturb the roots, so looks like it's too high, so I'm gonna take some soil out and transplant the pot. So I'm just gonna dig a little bit underneath to loosen the soil around the roots, and then I'm gonna put it into the pot. There we go. And now I'm just going to add the soil, the new soil around the old soil. There you go. Tap it out. Cover up the air pockets. Make sure there's no air pockets. That can lead to root rot. I'm just kind of pressing it down, giving it a good shake. There we go. I'm just going to add a little bit more soil. And potting is important to plants because you don't want to stay in the same environment and the nutrients all taken up. So you want to add fresh soil to add more nutrients. You can always fertilize a plant too, but it's nice to add fresh soil to the plant so they can thrive properly. So let's do this. And then add my rocks on top of the soil. This is just for me. I like doing that. Aesthetically looks good. It keeps the soil intact and prevents fungus gnats from coming into the soil because of the dry rocks on it. This prevents gnats from coming into the soil. Makes it kind of give it like a nice aesthetic, pleasing look to the plant itself, and it keeps the soil from coming out when you water it. And here you go. So these are my plants that I repotted today. Succulent and that, and where's the other one? I don't know where to put the other one. Ah, it's over there. And these are the two. Let me get the last one. So these are the plants that I potted up today. There's the little succulent in here. Now, eventually I'll put some pebbles in here. My variegated Joseph's coat with the pebbles on top. In a terracotta pot. And last but not least, my crown of thorns. And again, this is also in a terracotta pot. All right. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you like it, please hit the like button. And if you want to see more videos like this under Mrs. Plantita, Mrs. G channel, go ahead and subscribe if you like. Any comments, I am very welcome to looking at the comments and see what you have to say to me. And again, thank you so much for watching. Ciao, ciao.